Hello, humans. I am Scott Cannon coming to you live on WLTH 1370M from the greatest city in all the world. Gary, Indiana. And this is the Counterpoint. Well, folks, here we are in the middle of Black History Month, the month that's supposed to be designated to celebrate the black community. But instead of celebrating the black community, it seems as if so far this whole month has been about pissing off the black community. I mean, the Grammys had J-Lo of all people, performing a tribute to Motown. Motown, the most celebrated black record label of all time, that gave the world Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, the Supremes, the Temptations, Martha and the Vandellas, and of course the Jackson 5. After they stole him from Servant Gordon Keith, of course. Now, I'm no hater of J-Lo or the Latin community, but I just can't wait until they have the tribute to Julio Iglesias and Gloria Estefan being performed by Stevie J and K. Michelle from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And of course, the whole world was outraged last week when gravelly-voiced movie tough guy Liam Neeson admitted that he wanted to whoop some black bastard's ass after one of his female friends was sexually assaulted by a black man some 40 years ago. Neeson recalled the anecdote during an interview for his new movie as an example of how people can be quick to think irrationally when somebody they care about is hurt. Now, obviously, Neeson didn't mean the quote to be offensive. In fact, I'm sure he thought he was doing a good thing by highlighting how irrational racism can be. But dude, you gotta be smarter than that. I know you think you're doing your part by trying to show the dark places revenge can take you mentally, but you gotta understand that the minute black people hear the term black bastard, we just start looking for the guys in white sheets carrying torches. And speaking of white sheets, in the state of Virginia, the first state to have a black governor post-Reconstruction in Douglas Wilder, and the state that Jesse Jackson won in the 1988 Democratic primary, Democratic Governor Ralph Northam had his yearbook from medical school in 1984 exposed as having somebody said to be the governor dressed in blackface or dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member. Nobody can remember which one is the governor. Now, the governor has denied that either in the picture of him, but he has admitted that he did wear blackface as a part of a Michael Jackson dance contest in the mid-'80s, which is ironic to me because by the mid-'80s, I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson was nowhere near as black as Ralph Northam portrayed him. Now, of course, the calls from Northam to resign were swift as the NAACP and Hillary Clinton and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Nancy Pelosi and pretty much the entire free world called for the governor to resign his post. That's alright. I mean, his lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax, is black, and it would be poignant for a black man to be What's that you say? Justin Fairfax is being accused of raping 2 women 15 years ago and may now be going to jail? Oh well, I guess that just means that the Democratic Attorney General, who's third in line, Mark Herring, will take over after Northam resigns and Fairfax is What's that you say? Mark Herring dressed in blackface too? As a part of a Curtis Blow contest in the 1980s? In all honesty, I'm kind of impressed that Mark Herring actually knew who Curtis Blow was. And was kind of happy to see Curtis Blow trending on Twitter last week, even if it was for all the wrong reasons. I mean, he was the first great rapper, if you think about it. The first rap superstar, God bless him. At the end of the day, even with all the controversy swirling, Ralph Northam is still pretty popular with the black community in Virginia, with about 60% saying they want him to stay in office. And I was puzzled by this. And I looked at his policies and it seems that he's a pro-labor, pro-healthcare, pro-affordable college, anti-drug war Democrat. You know, the type of guy I've been encouraging the Democrats to run for the last 3 years. I've been here on the air at WLTH. So now, be that as it may, I think the smart thing for the black community to do in Virginia is to let Northam stay in office. and make him our bitch, as long as his policies benefit us. Now, I know it sucks, but some of the policies that have benefited the black community most came from people who are not so fond of black people. The military was integrated by an actual KKK member in Harry Truman, who worked with A. Philip Randolph. Hell, the Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act, and Fair Housing Acts were passed by a guy who opposed anti-lynching legislation when he was a congressman and boasted that he was going to have niggers voting Democrat for the next 200 years. A prediction that seemed to be right on track to be correct. But let this be a wake-up call for all the black people who think that white supremacy was invented by Donald Trump, or that the Democratic Party is our friends who care about us. No, black people, we have no friends. We just have interests, just like everyone else. I guarantee you there are Jewish-owned banks that hold money from anti-Semites. You know why? Because that's what's in their best economic interest. Now it's time for us as black people to wake up and do the same. Okay, folks, you can chop it up with me on Twitter. At The Chemist Lives. The Chemist is spelled with the K, as I am a product of the Gary Community School System. We can talk about politics, music, sports. You can tell me how terrible I am at my job. Or you can listen to me every Monday from 6 to 8 on Issues and Answers with Jonathan Boose. I am Scott Cannon. That was the Counterpoint on WLTH 1370 AM and 92.7 FM. If you're anywhere in the Chicago area, God bless the working class. God bless organized labor. And death to the corporate state. I'm out.